Morning, everyone. Cold and windy, but not a lot of snow. This is your pre-opening comment. It's video number 619 for February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. And I have a little bit of catching up to do because we didn't do one yesterday at the close. DuPont, which reports earnings on Thursday, the 4th, had a very rough day yesterday. They have sold their clean energy division to private equity, and I'm guessing that it was well under whatever they valued at, because the stock closed 73.14, down 631 or 7.9%. And as I said, we have earnings coming in 2 days. So we'll have to see how the chemical giant actually does. If you recall, Dow a couple of days had earnings that were positive, and the stock was actually unchanged. That was the day that Dow and McDonald's posted, McDonald's with a miss, Dow with a beat, and neither of them did anything. American Airlines is up a quarter today, 17.09, well off the highs from last week, back to a little bit of a normal market, and they are talking about having to send out notices. Remember, the airlines have to send out notices 60 days before any layoffs take place, and so here we are in February. We're talking about basically April 1st, and so I guess the government money runs out on March the 31st. SPCE, Virgin Galactic, starting to have all civilian, projecting to have all civilian crews on their suborbital extravaganza. Yesterday, the stock was 54 up 9. It's up another 3.5 this morning. 57.29 up 354 or 6.5%. BP reported and swung to a surprise profit, but still missed expectations. The stock is 21.32, down 89 cents. Dell received an upgrade from hold to buy. The stock is 76.10, up 2.15 or 2.9%, and everyone needs to remember that they also still have 81% of VMware, and every time they need some news, they come out and tell us they're going to do something with it, whether it's spin it off or just give it to shareholders or sell it. UPS had a beat both top and bottom line. The stock is 161.75, up 6.49 or 3.5%. And the chart on the screen is silver. And as you can see, we have the explosive move with the over the weekend Reddit stuff. This is not a company with a big short position. Silver, as all commodities are a zero-sum game. There is a buyer and a seller for every transaction. And as we move higher, anybody who has sold it is wrong, and as it moves lower, everyone who's bought it is wrong. So this morning we have a sharp move lower, down $1.87. Yesterday's high just over $30, which is actually a new recovery high, going back quite some time, about 8 years actually. And so yesterday's high at 30.35, today trading 27.54. That's a 5,000 ounce contract, so that's a pretty major move. That's on whatever the margin is, basically a $2 move is a $10,000 move. So a lot of leverage there, but of course, this is not a Reddit or a Robinhood type trade because it is actually a commodity, and they do neither. Okay, on the list of the stocks we've been watching recently, we have Best Buy, which topped around 54, currently this morning 28.03, down $2.23, 7%. BlackBerry, 13.52, down $1.13. That's also a substantial drop from much higher highs. GameStop, of course, the granddaddy of all of this, trading around 125, down about 100, and down 75% from that $518 high just last week. And the biggest mover on a daily basis here is AMC, which is kind of funny because they're the only ones who actually tapped the market and did raise money for stock. It's trading $9.13 this morning, down $4.19 or 32%. And of course, it too was much higher. Pre-opening, excuse me, we have the Dow looking up about 250. We have the NASDAQ up about 105. We have the oil strong again, up about $1. And nat gas up substantially. S&Ps are up about 31. So there you have it. We're pretty much all caught up. And I'll be back later on. Be careful out there.